Welcome back, guys. This is Stronghold episode 6, and we are talking about, well, here, I'll just show it in game. Raiding. Now we can talk about the Abyss raid, which everybody supposedly said was the first pay-to-win wall, and this is where FOMO happened, and it's like, oh, you know, you're forcing people to get to 1370, no one's at 1370, the honing rates are shit, yada, yada, yada. And also, like, you know, it's locked on the gates, so, like, after the first gate, if you accept the rewards, you're done. So, thinking about it, this is probably going to be the shittiest raid we're ever going to have. Because I feel this is the first time they try to get away from doing something such as, like, the Abyssal Dungeons, which, you know, I personally didn't really care for them, especially, like, these stupid ones. My God, terrible. But to create this from a dungeon to a raid, which becomes just a main boss fight, you have these guys. And where the fuck are the rest of them? Honestly, I don't know if this style Abyss raid is just done, because now everybody, myself included, are building on Vultan and Vicus. And of course, here to keep me going in the correct direction, I got my bro Mono here. Kind of hit me with some questions that he has, because he hasn't fully embraced and gotten to this wonder grind. Now, like I said, for me, after I learned it on the first week or two, Vultan is fun. I enjoy Vultan. It's really cool. It's very a solo effort. But I guess because Korea, I mean, obviously we're at the mercy of whatever Korea did. Korea was just bussing this guy. All 8 people go in, one person's bussing. He's like 15 something, 1600 maybe. Everybody dies immediately, and then this guy just solos Vultan. And because that was literally happening the whole time in KR Korea, then they made Vicus, who has the most wipes, the most cooperative tactics, and the most slightly aggravating mechanics to deal with. And if one team fucks up, the other team gets wiped. If one team wipes before doing the mechanic, the other team wipes. So basically, that first one is such a difference compared to all the other ones. I mean, even this guy. Now, obviously, there's the pizza thing that everybody does, and everybody knows X3, which basically means your party number times 3. So you would, if it was like, or, you know, north, east, south, west, but basically you're supposed to do that. Some people don't know that, they die, but guess what? You can respawn on this. You have 4 respawns. And basically from there, you can continue. So there's no real, I mean, when you get to phase 2 and phase 3, yes, there's wipes. But even then, it's wipes for people that don't get to the safe spot, or wipes for that kind of thing. So technically you could do Argos, you can do Vultan, just fine. But now, when we talk about rating wise, this seems to be the problem.
So what do you think they can do to change it?
The number one thing that I want in this fucking game, supposedly they said they're talking about it. I want to be able to go. Where is it here? Is there an express way to training? Well, again, basically
So you would go to Trixion.
I would have to go to Trixion, and in Trixion I want there to be, or actually no, there's literally a training room right here. There's a training room. So basically this training room, I want there to be mechanic practice. Because how many times have we all gone through the Abyss dungeon? See, look, as a loser as I am, I learned. I went and I did all these things. You see what I'm saying? Actually, well, okay, maybe I gotta do the rest of these. So whatever. But I want this training room to be like, okay, next is like mechanics, you know, so you can learn every boss and you can practice, especially Guardians. Because a lot of these people, they go into Guardian raids, they go into Abyss dungeons, they go into Chaos dungeons or whatever. They go into Abyss raids, Legion raids, and they don't know it. And I want a specific mechanic. Like, I want it to be like hard mode mechanics only. And then basically, like in this one, if I were to do a counterattack practice, guess what? It just gives me this guy, and then I gotta sit here. Counterattack. Give me something that allows me to practice so that I'm not wasting my time, I'm not wasting everybody's time, and there's not that molding that'll happen immediately. Because let's be real, especially, is this still going? Okay, good, I'm done. But especially, oh, hold on, I gotta get out of here. But anyway, so that's Training room, easy, right? Look at that. Look how quick it was. And it can even be on this. Like, for instance, there is a Valgano's pizza mechanic where you see the wind and you're supposed to follow it. Who the fuck is supposed to know that just by progging it? And not to mention, 4 people have to do it right. And then I don't know, because, like, you know, they split your party up on Vicus phase 1. So basically, if this happens on one party, it's happening on the other party as well. So basically, realistically, all 8 people need to do it right. Or, of course, you can run over here and hit your time stop. But again, how do you know these things? Alleviating all of that would easily be done if there's a training room for it.
So, what do you think about there being a lot more leniency on normal mode? Because what you're saying is that on Argos and on Vicus, on what, stage 2 and stage 3? Hell, stage 1 on Vicus, you have to fucking do it perfectly as well.
Yeah, stage 1.
So,
well, on normal, you can have more mistakes. And it's not an instant wipe. It's like a fuck ton of damage instead. So that's fine. Normal is okay. But then, like I said, when there's just so many, and again, like, obviously the Koreans will probably listen to this and be like, this shit's easy. What are you talking about? Oh, everybody in Korea has been doing this shit for like 79 years. I mean, everybody's so good. It's a skill problem. You suck. It's like, well, help me get better. Help me get better. Give me a training mode that allows me to fuck up on my own.
But do you think that all raids in normal mode should allow busing? Why not? Why not?
I'm fine with that.
Why
honestly.
not have the mechanics for hard mode
and
eventually hell mode, and give rewards, achievements, whatever the hell, for doing hard and hell mode, but make normal, because you have to do normal more times to get your rewards, right?
You have to do it 2 times as much.
So you have to do it 2 times as much. Make it 3 times as much. But I don't mind people bussing in normal mode.
I mean, because, like, all right, let's be real here. It's an MMO. People want to collect stuff. And, like, obviously, I know my last video on my Clips channel, I talked about people that collect stuff. You know, in Korea, they're like, oh, how high is your Mokoko count? You're not a very good player if that's what you're spending your time doing. I get it. It's funny. Yeah, you know, what is it, gatekeeper or whatever. But this is something better, and this gives you something extra to do, rather than just burn yourself out or go nuts and be like, oh my god, and then start mauling and then just get really fucking angry about everything.
Games are for fun.
You know, as much as I'd like to say that, when you do wipe and when you do die and when you go through your stuff and you're looking like, oh shit, man, I don't have my piece, because like technically, I've only beaten Vicus so far on normal, because just either I'm fucking up or someone on my party's fucking up, and then eventually everyone maulds and then they call it quits. So basically, I only have 12 pieces of Cursed Wing. So unless I finish 2 of these on, what was it? Unless I finish 2 of these on hard, I don't think I'm going to get the set this week. But then again, at the same time, my question is, why am I FOMOing? This shit's going to be here forever. I didn't even attempt Vulcan, I think 2 or 3 weeks after. I was already like able to fight him on normal, but I was like, dude, the people aren't there yet. I'm not there yet. I'm not even gonna fuck with Fulton. I'll do it a couple weeks later. And you know what? I had a much better time.
So if you had to do it 3 times as much, and they allowed you to bus in normal mode, but then what could they give you in hard and hell mode? Like what?
Well, obviously they already give you certain things.
What rewards could you get to make it worth your while? Because personally, for me, I don't think raids should be that difficult.
Because yeah, I've seen some of them. I've seen some of them, and if you want to fucking go nuts, like, let me just do it where I can just enjoy myself, or just, I don't know, call it the NA mode. Because I mean, if I'm already complaining about it, and then the parties I've gotten, I don't care. Call it the NA mode. Call it the scrub mode. Call it the newbie mode. Call it the training mode. Because right now, if you were to have to go to it, right? And if you were to go and hit this and check, like, Party Finder, for instance, for Vicus, you could see how fucking, like, people are already selling it. You know, they're already trying to sell it.
But how can you sell it if you'll wipe?
And that's what I guess.
There's no way to bust.
Now, see right here. Now, this is something you would have to go and look for. Chill, prog run, looking for 1 support. And now, if people don't know what prog is, that's progression. You're gonna wipe. That means people haven't done this one before. And I like how they always have to say chill, but then that group always turns toxic. Very few times have I done it. And then, like, some people will do it, like, comms are mandatory, things like that. For a long time, I was trying to say, can you do these things with, 1 through 3. Chill group. Oh, see right here, G1, 2, 3, learning G3. You see what I'm saying? So basically, you need to find those. G2, friendly prog run. See, people are still learning all these things. And that's just what I'm talking about. People need, and like right here, see, progression, chill, required, or go bye-bye. See, because as you can tell, people go nuts on this stuff. And
so basically, if it was very difficult to wipe in normal mode, but you had to do it, what do you think is fair? 5 times, 4 times, 3? Because if people are just bussing, let's say they could just bust their way through what normal mode or newbie mode or whatever you want to call it.
Well, for sure, people bus on hard mode for this guy.
Okay, so
well, like you could legit.
It's already happening.
On Vulcan.
Yeah.
But then, like I said, because I guess Korea's like, fuck you guys. You guys are going to learn some fucking mechanics, and you guys aren't just going to play floor POV and watch one person play. You're going to have to do everything as a team, otherwise you're not going to get it. And I feel if they're going to do that, they need to have some learning parties. Like learning parties and setups. Like, but you go into this, but again, that just sounds like... Hear me out. Here's the crazy part. That sounds like a community. Does that make sense?
Because the problem that you're bringing up is it's great to have that in the game, the training mode, being able to learn the mechanics. How many people do you actually think are going to use that?
0.
So majority of the player base, they don't have a lot of time.
I know that. Yes.
So you have a lot of weekend warriors or people that just do their dailies, and then they don't really do any of the end game content until they have like a day off.
Pretty much. And then obviously we learned this from Dota 2. People go in and then they haven't played for a week, but they're like, I'm pretty good at this. I'm going to smash out a normal game or a ranked game and I'm going to win. But they don't. Instead, they start blaming people. And that is the biggest problem I have. The second I get a blamer or a malder, there's a word for it now. Just a malding person. And in this game, it's really easy. There's that little button up top here that says end raid or end dungeon or end whatever. And you just goes, whack! It just big ass screen just hits you in the face. It's like, brr! And it's like, oh, somebody wants to quit. I like how it puts the name up there. This person has proposed to quit the dungeon. And then most of the time, once you get that one person, everyone just says yes. Because if that person doesn't want to be there, they shouldn't be there, and they're just going to overall mauled and fuck up the rest of the game for everyone else.
So this is why I like your training mode idea. But that is for the most dedicated of players.
Is it? Or, put it this way, think about this. What if there is an achievement or something, right? You go to the achievement, and let's say before you even get here, there's a thing right here, I don't know, combat or even better, raids, right? Legion raids. Let's say there's something like that. Do the tutorial showing you how to do... Oh, what the hell is this? Oh, that's how you get the Vulcan card? Oh, I got to beat him... I need to beat him 3 more times and I get the Vulcan card. Sweet. Now I know. But see, something like that. Something as easy as that. What if you were to go in here, right? And then just like this, you go Legion raid, right? Hold on, let me make sure I don't get fucking smacked up by mobs. Okay, let's say you go to Legion raid, right? And before you hit enter, there's an entry requirement. And it says... finished the mechanic tutorial before you even start. So before you can even get in here, you have to at least do whatever it was in like a training mode.
Or you would be required to do the tutorial for hard or hell mode.
Oh.
And then normal or scrub mode.
Yeah.
You can just get bust. Because the reason why I am pushing that, because I am thinking about the casual player. I am thinking about the weekend warrior. I'm not thinking about the person who puts 80 hours a week into the game. That sounds like too much. Maybe that's not too much.
I mean, maybe it's not. I mean,
Okay.
well, also, there's a lot of AFK time.
Let's say 60 hours or 50 hours.
Let's just say 40. Let's say a work week. Let's say
40 hours. Let's say... So, let's say most people play are weekend warriors. They're casual gamers.
That's
and
like 10 hours.
And they don't put 40 plus hours a week into the game. If there is a normal mode where you can get bust, where it's basically easy mode, right?
But right now there's only normal, and honestly, I feel normal is fine. And like I said, I'm not trying to change everything. And who knows, this might have already been the nerf mode. So I can only imagine what the Koreans were going through.
Now here, let me combine what you're saying. Let's say normal is the training mode. So you have to do it 5 times as much as hard. And then let's say if you do hell, if you can complete hell, you get all your fucking rewards. You get all your shit.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. Well, because I was just thinking about that. We already know where Korea is now. And according to, I think it was Sate 1 or maybe even Zeals, they said that we are about, if everything continues at the pace it is right now, we are about 10 months away from catching up to where Korea is now.
The thing about it is, though, Korea had growth in their game because of the MapleStory exodus. So for us, it's going to require the community, content creators, and word of mouth to be able to get this game out there, to be able to get people to come back. If you can tell people that, hey, if you just play on the weekend, make sure you get your Legion raids knocked out. There's an easy mode. You have to play it more. It'll take you more weeks to eventually get your entire set. But you can get it without doing an excruciating mechanic where you're getting wiped all the time. Now, if you're good enough and you can just do it in one shot, you just got to do the normal mode once, complete it, and then it unlocks hard and hell mode.
Honestly, to me, I was thinking about that. That sounds
on top of that, have that training mode as well. Because maybe there's people that are doing dailies during the week. They have like an extra 20, 30 minutes of time, and they'll go into training mode. Because you still have to beat the normal mode to do the other modes. See what I'm saying? So the content is locked, but it's fair. Or I know you're about to say this. If you complete the training mode and you pass it, you can dodge doing the normal and go straight to hard and hell.
Not even that. What if you do the training and you get it? And again, this is going to be more busy work or whatnot. But again, it's to make sure you know the mechanic or mechanics that you're doing. But then if it's a wipe mechanic, it won't wipe you.
And then how about this? This is some crazy shit. All right. And I don't think this could ever be implemented. Imagine if every time you completed the training mission, you get like 1/4 of a bone. And it's locked behind a captcha or something. And you require a crystalline aura. It's like some pay to win shit.
That's some hardcore pay to win shit.
But imagine this. Like, let's say you're like, I hate people. I hate this. I'm just going to fucking grind training mode. And you can grind 4 training modes a day and get 1 wing or 1 bone or 1 thing. What do you think about that? And essentially, you're doing all the mechanics of the raid in your little training mission thing, and it's like 1/4 of a wing or 1/4 of a bone.
And you can only do it like what, once?
And you can only do it like 4 times a day. And it's locked.
Well, 4 times a day. I think maybe 4 times a week, because 4 times a day that'll be. Well, I mean, I don't know. I like that thought process, because then that way all the people that don't play well with others and that are maulders, they could just do that instead of fucking, of course.
And it would take a long ass fucking time.
It'll definitely take a long time.
It would take a long time, because if you do the normal, how many mats do you get in a normal?
6.
You get 6. So some crazy person doing freaking training mode 4 times a freaking day to get 1 will get 7 throughout the week. You see what I'm saying? And you can even up the rewards for normal. So imagine like if normal mode gives you like 10 or something.
That would be great. Then
something like that.
Yeah, I think that's the whole reason. And again, I feel the game, especially since you need the pieces. And like for me, like I said, I'm right there. I have 12, and I need a 2-piece, so I need 8 more. And if I just do normal or whatever, I'm only gonna get 6. So I'll need to wait till next week.
Because all I'm saying is it would give more incentive for people to have crystalline aura. I don't know who plays a game without crystalline aura, but I'm sure there's people that do.
Probably suppose there's someone that's
Okay.
full free to play, but even then you can still use gold, turn it into blue crystals, and buy the crystalline aura.
Correct.
With it.
So there's ways to get crystalline aura in the game. Fantastic. Now, if you're not fully committed, if you're just not buying into this game, if you're just waiting for the next big thing to come out, like you're waiting for New World to have a resurgence or whatever the hell, you're hoping the next WoW expansion is going to work out. People can just come back to this game, do their slow progression, take their freaking time, chill, whatever, talk to Discord and their friends. Oh, doing my training missions again, doing my chaos dungeons, doing my guardian raids, just doing their dailies. Why not make it a game like that? And then for the hardcore players, this would be great for content creators, stream content like, yeah, we're doing hell mode and we're smashing it out today. It allows people to passively play the game and also enjoy the game on a spectator level. Like, imagine us, I don't know, playing normals in Dota to get our battle pass done or our compendium done, and then while we're doing that, we're watching TI or we're watching whatever major. So create a spectator friendly style game. That's what I'm proposing.
Yeah.
So
and to me, again, it sounds. I'm sure people will just say this or talk shit and just be like,
all I'm
you
thinking
suck
about
because,
is
learn this. But at the same time, it's like, if any of you have recently gotten your collectibles, and well, that's rapport. If you got your collectibles and then you went and got the Giant's Heart, and you get that little quest, and it turns out that that quest needs you to do the Abyssal Dungeon, Gates of Paradise. Do you understand? This is easy, no problem. But this, some people cannot do that clockwork mechanic.
And like I said, imagine if there was a normal, there's a hard and a hell, and you get some sort of incentive for doing hard and hell. Throw in gold, throw in pirate coins, whatever the heck it is. Throw in a stupid amount of silver. I don't care. Something. But allow people to progress passively. I have no problem. And lock the bots out. Require crystalline aura. Have captchas. Whatever the hell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just
whatever it is.
Because obviously they're going to be like, oh, but the bots. It's like, well, you didn't do anything about the bots in the first 3 to 4 months. You're doing it now. Congratulations. The problem is now you've already scared away majority of the player base. Because now they look like, oh, and then all the haters are always saying that, oh, there's only like 200,000 people playing.
But if people can passively progress, the word of mouth will get out.
I agree.
The streamers will be like, huh, I'm here doing hard mode, or I'm here doing hell mode. But if you guys want and you have the time, you can do your 4 training missions a day and get your slow progression. Meanwhile, I will just smash this hell mode and get all my stuff in one day and then help my friends.
Yeah. Well, or
yeah, flex on you.
Yeah, something like that.
I am going to flex on you while you take your 5 weeks to get your gear. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I want casual players to be able to be casual. I want people who are low investment to be able to just go in and feel like they can get rewards and feel like they can get progression. That's all I want. And for the hardcore people, for the people, y'all can band together. Y'all can have your own Discord. You can cooperate and organize and do all your hard and hell modes and whatever the hell. And you could have the scrubs not ruin your matchmaking. Imagine going into matchmaking like, you've never gone into matchmaking in Dota for Captain's Mode, have you?
I think I got in there one time because somebody wanted
because someone forced you.
Yeah,
Someone
forced me into it.
If you go into Captain's Mode, like, it is a completely different player base. Everybody communicates. Everyone's working together. Everyone's looking at the other team's Dota buff. It is basically like Battle Cup.
Yeah.
So imagine if when you queue for hard, when you queue for hell, everyone's like, hey, our party kind of sucks. Let's all re-queue. We need support. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everyone knows. And all of the casuals will be doing training modes, doing NA mode, whatever the hell, and it'll filter out. The cream will rise to the top. And every time you find party in hard and hell mode, maybe like 1 out of 10 freaking lobbies, you'll have the angry Mulder that always wants to end raid because someone screwed up, or maybe even they screwed up.
And here's the best one. Look, this guy's even. Well, this is a re-clear. If you're trying to join a re-clear party and you haven't cleared it, don't, because obviously no mech or kick. You're gonna get kicked, and then it's gonna just be a bad time for everybody.
But imagine if you don't even have to put that. The second you see a hard or a hell mode, it's like it is understood. We have to build a specific party. We all have to know mechanics. You don't even have to say any of that, because if there is already passive progression, if there's already an easy way that takes a little longer to get to the same rewards, you will never. I mean, once in a blue moon, you'll run into someone that wants to see the world burn and pick all carries in captain's mode in Dota. And the same thing here. You're just going to run into people that want to see the world burn. But overall, I just think doing it that way, yes, it will create separation and division, but also the cream will rise to the top, and I think it'll make the community stronger, the hardcore players. That's what I think. So implement that training mode. When is the training mode coming to Korea? Soon, right?
I hope it is, but I have honestly no idea if they're actually doing it. I thought I heard that, but I can't confirm because again, that's Korea. Korea does whatever the fuck they do. We just get the sloppy seconds of whatever the hell they're making.
So basically, you kind of understand what my vision is.
It sounds great,
okay.
You know, but obviously people are FOMO. They want this shit now. They want it first week. They want it second week. Like, I think Asmon, he's getting closer to his 6-piece, but he has to keep doing this.
I'd want to passively do those training missions.
I agree. I would rather do that. And again, people will probably call me lazy, but it's like, dude, I play this game to relax and not be stressed and not to be yelled and slash molded and slash fucking people, keyboard warriors going nuts. I just want to chill, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But anyway, guys, thanks for listening to us. I get you could say we're molding slash ranting about this.
Not really. We just want a healthy community, and we want, just like with all the other games, the best of the best. They all kind of group together and play together, and then everyone else, you know, you just
you're there.
You scrub it up together.
Yeah, you're just the guppies.
Yeah.
You know, and people would call it the whales. The whalers are gonna whale. That might be true, but the fact of the matter is, leave a spot for passive play and then just simple gameplay. Obviously, some people suck. And for me, on some of these mechanics, either I'm the one fucking it up, and it feels really bad whenever I fuck it up. But I swear to God, I'm doing it right. And just sometimes, like for instance, the hardest thing for me on this one, I could do everything else, Velganos, but for some reason, if I'm at the, 11 o'clock position, sometimes my fucking orb changes literally right before it goes in. Obviously, skill problem. So I found another way I can do. I can just literally just run around and make sure that I don't fuck up and everyone else gets theirs in. Good. I don't know if that works, but you know, either which way, it worked for the most part. So thank you guys for listening to us. I mean, this is just basically what we're thinking. I would like to think that NAEU is better, but again, just the parties and the gatekeeping that you're gonna get, and I guess that's something that Korea just used to. Obviously, nothing's gonna challenge Korea because they've had Vicus for a year, 2 years already. We've had it for a month now. No, two weeks. This is week number 3. So it's like, obviously we don't have the people there yet. We're getting there, but yeah, eventually we'll get there. Because obviously I thought Vulcan was pretty crazy and hard, but again, once people start learning, people start understanding. Realistically, they need to get the fucking honing buff up so more people can get here. The problem is our player base is so small, and the only other people here are alts. So unless you are already here, you're not even here. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Anything else from me, Mono?
Nope.
All right. And guys, let us know in the comments what you guys thought. Are we scrubs? Possibly. But you know what? There'll be less scrubs if people get to do it. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys out there. Later.